You know, the most cruel thing a man can do to you is not breaking your heart. No, it's not breaking your heart and leaving you to pick up the pieces by yourself. The most cruel thing a man can do to you is to break your heart and not even allow you to pick up the pieces to it because he keeps on popping up, because he knows that you're vulnerable. So maybe he can leverage some type of doubt or uncertainty as to whether or not you moved on too quickly to continue to overstay his welcome. That's the most cruel thing a man can do. It's not walking away. It's not discarding you. It's continuing to try to keep you in his orbit, keeping some type of access to you or something. Even though you may know that this man ain't for you, even though you may know you tried your best, he ain't no good, you need to move on, even though you may not even have desire for him. The most cruel thing a man can do after hurting you is not going no contact or, disappearing or anything like that. No. It's doing everything he can to sabotage your healing journey. Now, I'm saying this because as much as people try to act like they're all, we're good. I'm just so numb after the relationship ends. Even if the man wasn't right for you, if it was ever real for you, it is natural to have a hard time completely processing that situation. Not saying it's hard to lose respect or hard to lose desire for a man that he's fumbled you. I'm not saying that. It is natural for you to have a challenging time completely disconnecting mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, the whole nine. So I'm going to tell you 5 things that you absolutely need to know about that man who did not value you, but would not let you go. And maybe your thoughts won't let you go. Maybe you ain't even heard from him, but you still ruminate from time to time. And I need you to really pay attention to number 5. So make sure you watch all the way through. Number 5 is absolutely the most critical thing that's going to close that door and completely detox your spirit from that man who fumbled you. But let's just get back to it. So first, our backstory. If you watch my stories, you have seen I posted a couple people's testimonials. I always share those because, it's a lot of gratitude there that y'all allow me to speak to you and using it, and women that are giving themselves a second chance of finding love after being fumbled by somebody. I love that. Now, I don't get testimonials on anything like I do my master classes. And a sister that watched my last master class, matter of fact, let me post a link. The 7 traps empaths must never ignore. She was giving me her testimonial on how she finally got the man of her dreams. She had been treated all kind of bad, but she used my advice. She was able to get in position and receive the man that could honor her. And the light bulb went off. In every situation that women were not the problem, the man don't go nowhere. And I find that interesting because it's like, as men, I see it all the time. We'll vilify the woman. She was crazy. She was this, that, and the other. But they not letting go of these women. Y'all let me know. You ever dealt with a man, did you dirty, neglected you, played in your face, betrayed you, lied on you, couldn't get far enough away from you. But then after you finally said, I'm done. This dude was like a dog that you fed, like a stray dog that you fed, even if he claimed to be in a whole new relationship. Y'all let me know. You ever been in that situation? This meant while he was with you now, every problem was on you. Every criticism, you just couldn't do right. But then when you finally said, okay, I'm going to let you go ahead and have what you want to have. You want the streets? Go have the streets. You want that other girl? Go have that other girl. You want your freedom? Be free. And that man did everything he could to hang around. I'm like, why is it? Every single time, like when a woman is not the issue and she really ain't the problem, these men don't go away. So something I need y'all to understand. When a man treats your absence like it's his emergency, after spending all that time, not even allowing your presence to be his priority, you know good and well, ain't no point in reopening that door. Ain't no point in giving another chance. Whatever thoughts you got about, well, maybe I moved on too soon. Maybe I was too harsh. Maybe I was in a bad place. Maybe I did wrong too. So maybe we both messed it up. I'm going to tell you right now, if when you gave that man your presence, it was never a priority, but the moment you gave him your absence is now his emergency, that ain't it. And I'm all for redemption. I'm all for reconciliation. I'm all for, making it happen, repairing things if there is something to repair. I'm not telling y'all to just, the first mistake, be out the door, nothing like that. But if you know while in a relationship, that man never cared about you, time with you, dates with you, conversations with you, conflict resolution with you, nothing. He wasn't proud of you. That man thrives off complacency. He just needs a situation where he's able to be complacent, overly comfortable. You snatched the rug from up under him. He's no longer comfortable. That's why he's fighting for it. But the moment that he gets that comfort again, it's going to turn right back into complacency. You're going to have the exact same experience. Men who devalue you, they would desperately pursue you when you leave. But they don't miss that. They don't miss that connection. They miss control. They miss control over. They miss feeling like they're in control. They miss feeling that peace of mind that if they want you, when it's convenient for them, then they'll come and ring your bell. All of a sudden, he want to discuss the future and future plans and what he wants to do in the future with you. He wants to discuss all of that. But he spent months and months, maybe even years, avoiding real commitment or taking things to the next level. Now, all of a sudden, he's so certain, he's so sure. The second thing I need y'all to understand in a situation like this, that man is not afraid of losing you. He's afraid of losing access to you. There's a difference. Because he was never committed to you. He just had you. There's a difference. When a man doesn't miss you, he doesn't miss your essence. He doesn't miss your spirit. He doesn't miss your character. He doesn't miss what you two were building together. He just misses being able to say, I can have her if I want her. She's close enough to where if I speak loud enough or if I make it known I'm desiring her, she's going to come. Sometimes just the ability to have it, it's almost like an insurance policy, like just in case. But why would you want to be a man's just in case? When you can be another man's, I've been waiting my whole life for this. I can't get enough of this. Why would you be a man's just in case? Just in case what? He gets bored? Just in case he goes broke? Just in case he gets horny, lonely? Why would you want to be a man's just in case? That's just going to maintain contact, just for control, intermittent contact, just to maintain control over the situation. Checking in with texts and popping up on your story, somehow trying to find his way on your radar, trying to find his way into your conversations with your friends. But none of this indicates that there's really been a change in his behavior, a change in his value system, nothing. The third thing, and again, number 5, man, I'm go ahead and get through these so y'all can hear, because number 5 is the absolute most critical one. But let's just go all the way there. When a man's comfort zone is keeping you in his orbit after he played in your face and took you for granted, he's trying to keep that cushion while he explores his other options. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe the relationship was just so stressful and he had so much on his mind and that's why he had to back away from the relationship, but he really loves me. No. He enjoys you, but he also enjoys having his options. You see, sometimes a man will play with you because you're enjoying the game. There's no doubt about it. A man may enjoy certain aspects of you. He likes the vagina. He likes the head. He likes that. And he likes keeping your emotions so wrapped up through that sex that you ain't really going nowhere. You can't really move on. You can't go on and find anybody else that's going to love you, that's going to build a real foundation with you. You can't do that because you're the type that once you give your body to a man or once you give that much to a man, you can't really see outside of that person. Your hope is still alive. And so that gives him comfort because now he don't have the accountability. You ain't able to check his phone. No, y'all ain't together. He'll see you when he see you. He'll do nice things for you. He'll buy you something here and there. He'll keep that expectation or that hope alive that y'all could be something, and that if you needed something financially, he right there, he got you. He'll do all of that. Yeah. Long as he can relieve himself of the responsibility to protect your heart by making others respect the relationship. Because he wants to be able to explore his options not have his other options look at him like he's a liar because he said he ain't in a relationship to them, and not have you being able to turn up or do anything to make him look bad because he told you y'all not together, but he still gets to enjoy you. The whole time deteriorating you. The whole time reducing your value. The whole time keeping your self-image, your self-esteem in the palm of his hands as he crushes it. So even if you do come across somebody who means you well, who wants the best for you, who wants to invest in you, who's ready to go all out for you because he sees the person that you are before he can see the condition that you're in based on the man that you continue to allow to have access to you. A man will do that to you. He knows how hard you love. And no matter what, even if he don't want a real relationship, he don't want just you, there's something about a woman's love that's when it's at that highest level of devotion that a lot of men don't want to let that go. That's why a lot of men want to impregnate you to trap you. We don't want to talk about that though. We don't want to talk about that. A lot of dudes like to trap that woman that loves. Because even if he don't want a real relationship with just her, it feels good knowing that somebody is so dedicated and so devoted that if he ever needed her or ever wanted to, just the peace of mind to know that he could always fall back on her. But allowing yourself to be a man's fallback is going to prevent you from the man that wants to glow up with you. I ain't telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. Tell me what I know. And then you have the guy who will invest in the illusion of change without actually putting in any work in the transformation. These are men who skip the root cause of whatever issue that they had going on in the relationship. I'm not saying that these men on an emotional level don't mean it when they say, I'm so sorry. No, they may emotionally mean it. But if you don't effectively take the right route, you're not going to effectively get to the destination of changed behavior or better character or more integrity. So you have these guys from an emotional place, tears and all, who will make a lot of promises without concrete action. They may do a little love bombing, and it may not even be intentional. Do a little love bombing without any consistent track record. Let you tell him no. Let you not be interested. All of that good boy behavior is out the window. You're probably going to start cussing you out and everything. Trina, you left 2 weeks ago and you're so happy and at peace. I love that for you. But be very mindful because a heart is deceptive. If you put a lot into that relationship, those thoughts could come back. Those triggers could come and get you. So keep on the right track now. I'm rooting for you. But back to what I was saying. Be very careful about men who will use all of that emotionalism, emotional triggers, emotional reminders of what you guys used to be to keep that hope lingering in the air. A whole lot of messages about, oh, I've been doing a lot of thinking. Can we talk? Can we meet up for a smoothie or lunch? Can we talk? So he can get you in person and try to get you to be stupid all over again. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. Now, I said I wanted to talk to y'all about number 5. And I really need y'all to hear this one because we are in the age where women are taking control of their mental and emotional wellness. Y'all are doing y'all thing, etc., right? Okay, cool. Let me say this. Men notice. When a man fumbles you, he notices. He can act like he don't care all he wants to. He can act like he done moved on and found somebody better all he wants to. But when a man that fumbled you, that wasn't there for the right reasons from the beginning, sees that you're doing all of this inner work and you growing and you evolving, you healing threatens his confidence in his continued control over you. Y'all notice a common thing? The control. But he's wanting to disrupt your healing. It might not even be about the sex. It may not be about the companionship. It may not be about no relationship. It may not be about none of that. He don't want his family back. He don't know. He sees you growing and healing. And he don't even got in his mind that, you know what, if I wanted to come back, I could. She might start saying stuff I don't want her to say. She might start putting it out there what I really was on in the relationship. I don't have control over her. She's growing and healing. I don't have that ace in the hole. I don't have that thing I can say to trigger her anytime I want to get her back in the palm of my hands. I can't do that no more. I ain't got nothing to hold over her head no more. She's over there healing and growing. sees that you investing in yourself, sees that you're taking up activities that fulfill you, sees that you're putting in more energy, more time, and those that love you and support you, sees that you picking up different books, or maybe you following accounts like mine or others that inspire you and motivate you to give yourself another chance out here, even if you done went through the worst in relationships. He sees you doing all of these steps, taking all these steps, like, whoa, you might have gotten a gym and everything else. Whoa. If he thrived off that control and he feels that slipping away, oh yeah, he'll pop up. He'll pop up. What's going on over here? Kind of like an overseer that he thought he was. What's going on over here? You over here looking mighty independent, mighty better off without me. What's going on? And be very mindful that when a man is doing all of this, he's not keeping the door open. He's keeping you from closing it. Two completely different things. He wants you to have doubt about your decision to leave. He wants you to reminisce, ruminate. He don't want you over here feeling confident, feeling like you finally got the piece you've been missing while you was with. He don't want that. That's all that healing and growing. No, he don't want that. But his goal isn't true reconciliation of what you guys could have had. And I'm talking about what you were fighting for, what you were trying to articulate. That's not what he wants. His whole desire is to maintain influence, even if he don't want you. He don't like the thought of somebody else getting you. He don't like that vision. He don't like that. He don't want you, but he don't want nobody else to have you. So he's going to constantly seek to engage your emotions without any commitment. To just know that he still has that investment from you. He's still going to try to keep you as a backup plan. Yeah, he got his starter over here. He wants to be able to switch that out, but you were somebody he wanted to play his bench. Bench, B-E-N-C-H, by the way. So be mindful about whenever you're dealing with a guy. I'm going to tell you some of the red flags. Anytime you're in a relationship and the man does something really disrespectful and immediately love bombs you back into a vulnerable state, that's one red flag. That man don't value you, but he's probably not going to try to let you go, not without a fight. Or if you got a dude that's so proud how all his exes are still cool with him, and these same exes can get access to him, and depending on what they need or want, he always do just enough to keep them depending on him or relying on him or expecting some type of protection or provision from him. That's a red flag. If he gets aggressive or even passive aggressive whenever you set boundaries, that's a red flag. Again, the basis of the relationship is no longer commitment. It's control. It's control. And and this is who I see it affects most. I know everybody can get played. We all done been there, okay? But as far as those of y'all who are empaths, the thing that makes my heart go out to y'all is that in these relationships, y'all get to know the absolute worst of that man. You get to know the hardest things he's going through, all the traumas. He shared that with you, and he peeped that you was an empath from the very beginning. And he trapped you. On an emotional level, he trapped you by sharing all of the ways he was mistreated, dumped and abandoned and used and abused and lied to. And I'm not saying it's all false, but he's found comfort in being able to weaponize that and leverage that against those of you who care so much about others. Sometimes you do so to a fault, and that's what he's going to leverage coming back in. I ain't never had no daddy. I ain't had no daddy either. We still got consequences to face if we mess up. I never seen a real relationship. What my ex put me through. What this, what that. And that's what they keep coming back on. I never had nobody be there for me like you, because as an empath, you are to others a lot of times what you always needed for yourself. Somebody to be there. Even when it wasn't easy. Even when the world turned their back, somebody to be there. And that's just one of the traps you got to be mindful about. It's 7 traps as an empath. You got to know. Everybody else ain't got to know that. All these heartless savages and all, they ain't got to know that. But if you are an empath, I'm not telling you to change. Nothing's wrong with you being an empath. You just have to be aware. You have to be aware. And one of those things you have to be aware of are the 7 traps that men will use to target you and keep you in this type of loop, in this trauma bond. Now, I discussed those. I laid them out nice and simple, matter of fact. I broke it down in the masterclass. 7 traps empaths must avoid. You can never ignore these traps if you're an empath. The link is down here in the comments. If you missed it before, I did put it up one more time. The link is down here in the comments. The link is also by the caption. It's a free masterclass that will give you step by step the red flags and exactly what those traps are that as an empath, you better know how to avoid. It ain't got to be all complicated and you ain't got to change who you are, but you have to be aware. And I need y'all to understand something. Your worth is not measured by a man's attempts to remain in your life after he played with your life. Your worth, you can't think of it as, oh, well, you know, he's trying so hard to get back in. Maybe he really does love me. No. A much better measurement of your worth is your courage to walk away and give yourself an opportunity for the love that you really deserve. A man that truly values you is not going to leave you to question his appreciation, then try to flood you with the answer whenever you finally dump him or after he's discarded you. I hope I'm making sense to somebody. The man who is for you is going to make you wonder why you ever accepted less. The man who is for you is going to show you that you were never asking for too much. And like I always say, one man's fumble is another man's forever. Don't you ever settle when you somebody's prayer. You on somebody's vision board out here. But those are just my thoughts. Now, if you agree with me, or if anything I said here has resonated with you, hit the share button. Matter of fact, like this, comment your thoughts, and hit the share button so we can spread this truth. And if you want more free content like this, specifically on the aspect of the 7 traps empaths especially, must avoid, click the link that I pinned down here in the comments. Also, the link is by the caption and by the title of this video. Click that link. It'll give you access free to my masterclass that'll break it down exactly what you need to know as an empath to date out here safely. But